Welcome. We are here again, Active Schools, bringing one of our other supporting organizations again. So tell me who you are and what you do.
Hi, good morning, Nick. Thanks for having us today. So my name is Alex Martinez, and I'm an inclusion specialist for the National Center on Health, Physical Activity, and Disability, also known as Nchpad. Like I mentioned, we are a national resource center. We are funded by CDC. So our goals is just to provide resources and opportunities for people with disabilities and chronic conditions to be able to engage in healthy behaviors, healthy nutrition, physical activity. And with that, we have different target areas or target sector that we focus on. And one of those is educators. So Penny and I are both co-leads of that sector. And then we operate within what is called the UAB Lakeshore Research Collaborative. Lakeshore Foundation, where we're housed at, is a Paralympic training site that offers recreation opportunities for people with disabilities and also serve as a USOPC Paralympic site. So we host the wheelchair rugby national team at Lakeshore Foundation, where they come and have their camps, practice, and all that. Wow. And we also have a research component, which is operated by the UAB, which is a University of Alabama in Birmingham. And most of the work that they do is just to provide research to increase physical activity and healthy behaviors in people with disabilities. And then you have the center, the National Center on Health, Physical Activity, and Disability, Nchpad, which is what Penny and I work for. And basically what we do is we try to get that data that they get. We try to get those the scientific evidence and just scale it up at a national level through science implementation process. And we also try to scale up some of those programs that are happening at Lakeshore Foundation. So other organizations get to see them, get to experience them, and see if they can incorporate some of the same things that happens here down in Birmingham. So that's basically what it is. I probably forgot to mention that since we are funded by CDC, all of the resources that we have for any sector are free. And so mainly the work that we do with partnerships. So, being a partner of Active Schools, it provides a great opportunity for us to get some of those resources to promote inclusion in physical activity settings.
Yeah, and I was just going to say one of the biggest way that we help promote an active school environment is through education and training. So we have an eMoodle site where teachers can come in and learn more about disability education. We do customized training. So if a teacher needs more guidance or assistance, we have a chat line also. So we can help teachers. We also have taken the CSAP program, which is the Comprehensive School Physical Activity Plan, and we've developed Discover Inclusive Wellness, which takes that program and adds inclusive language and inclusive ideas, simple things like adding disability representation to your wellness committee. And then we have a Discover Inclusive After School Health Promotion, so helping individuals figure out how to implement recruiting materials, targeting, marketing. So sometimes children with disabilities, the program is there and they can be included, but sometimes the marketing materials don't reach the parents. The parents don't see representation. So they don't see how their child could fit into that program. And then we also have a lot of nutrition materials on, how do you, when you have a health fair or a taste testing or even nutrition education, how do you include students with disabilities? We're also working on using STEM programs to develop adaptive equipment. And then we have a video on even adapting equipment you already have in your closet. So you're not looking at paying a lot of money for adaptive equipment. There's things that you can do at home. So we're always working, always willing. If we don't have a resource, we can create it. If there's something we can do, a training, we're always willing to find a way to help a school or school system continue to provide an active environment for family and communities. We also have an active aging section that we're working with right now to develop a resource on things that families can do together, from the children to the grandparents to the aunts to the uncles to the parents, finding ways for all of them to be active. So we're always finding ways from, because that's the cool thing about our organization. We cover from birth all the way to active aging, and we try to blend all the resources to not only promote a healthy school, but we find that if the community is active and the parents are active, the children are active also. So how can we utilize all of our resources together to help a school have the resources they need to promote activity within their communities?
I'm learning so much. That's one reason why I'm doing these interviews, because I'm sure there's other people that are watching this that are learning as much as I am right now. So this is incredible. Tell me more about the CSPAP, that comprehensive physical activity model that you talked about, and what you did with that specifically, because that, I think, kind of encompasses everything about an active school.
Yeah, so CSPAT it's a framework that is utilized in the U.S. To ensure that students are getting those 60 minutes of physical activity. And what we found out when that was launched is that it didn't have inclusion built in, so it didn't mention how that could be provided for individuals with disabilities or students with disabilities. So we worked with them, and what we did, we created a guide, kind of like a toolkit kind of resource, where you have guidelines, strategies, best practices, adaptations, and modifications to the framework, to the program, to include students with disabilities. And that, is something that can be pulled out from a website, downloaded, and utilized. And CSPAT also, promoted two programs. One was Catch and the other one being Spark. So we also provide adaptations for those two curriculums. To go even further, Catch was also recipient of those adaptations, and they welcome those adaptations and they put them on their website. So if you're a Catch user, you have an account with Catch and you receive the materials, you're going to be able to see those adaptations. I even think that those adaptations on their website are free. So if you just want to check them out, you can see them there. And then with Spark, we also have the adaptations that are provided on that toolkit that we provided for CSPAP.
Yeah, and I would say that one of the things that we did, if you look at like the little circle that CSPAP has, is it does have the inclusive imagery that we were talking about in each area. And then it is free on our website. And there's 3, like if you download the whole thing, there's 3. There's the guidebook, which kind of introduces each part and the rationale behind it. Children with disabilities are often not included on a higher, so their OPT levels are higher. Then there's a action guide, which is basically a checklist that kind of breaks down like things you look for, from disability representation on your wellness committee to assessing things like that. And then there's the tool, I think we call it the toolbox, where it's links to resources. And I'm fairly certain Active Schools is on there. So it's like a 3-piece. So somebody could, if they didn't want the whole guidebook, they could download a couple of other pieces. And a couple of the other big things that we've done that we didn't mention, but they were pretty huge projects that Alex worked on, were we just did an interactive guide on universal design for learning, where somebody could learn one piece at a time. So universal design for learning and physical education, and the what is it, Brian Lieberman or Lieberman-Brian scale, can be very intimidating to a lot of folks. And so it's kind of broken down, kind of like an outer space thing. We worked with Michelle and Lauren on it, and to where they can kind of click a piece and learn just about that piece and kind of move through it. So it kind of makes it in an easier format. It just pops up a 1-pager on that particular area. So if you wanted to work on just this area, like here's how you can do this. And then the other one we've recently done is the Iep Roadmap. So it's literally like a roadmap, and it goes like this, and you can click on each piece. So if you're just trying to get started,
wow.
Yeah. So if you're just getting started, this is how you can do it. You can click on, as a physical educator, what you should provide, to like if you're a parent, how can you dispute it. So again, it's learning one piece at a time, not trying to funnel through those, because there's a lot of guides on a lot of things with students with disabilities, but they're very long and lengthy. So with those 2 particular guides, Alex had a vision to kind of work with us to make them very user-friendly, to where people can learn piece by piece. And then we have like things like a brochure that's like adaptive physical education pocket tool. And I'm sorry, my dog's barking in the background. She's mad that I'm not letting her. She's mad that I'm not letting her in here. And then we have like fitness stations, to where people can print off, and they have like that marketing representation. So jump rope to adaptive jump roping, jumping jacks versus arm jacks on those stations. And then we have a lot of adaptation cards. So here in Alabama, we worked with the Department of Public Health to do fitness adaptations to their fitness tests, which are similar to the PACER. So those are available too. And it's really just guided cues for an individual. And then we just did a social emotional learning and physical education guidebook. So we're always learning, always revolving. So I was thinking, man, our big resources we didn't even mention. So if somebody goes to nchpad.org/educators, like everything will pop up. And we are undergoing a website, whatever it's called, update or whatever. So hopefully there are some things that are under our articles and some things are on our main page. But everything that's on nchpad.org is free. And then there's a YouTube channel that has a lot of videos. But yeah, so but CSPAP is we can make sure that we get you that link directly. So
I was going to say, give me some links. I'll include them.
Yeah.
I'll include them in the message on where to go and also maybe how to contact you too if people have ideas or additional questions.
Yeah.
Wow, this is super informative. You threw so much information out in such a short amount of time. My brain is ready to explode, and I can't wait to get on and go learn more. So thank you so much for giving up some of your time to tell us everything that you offer.
Yeah, Nick, I just want to encourage all the other supporting partners that might watch this, that, you know, we are always looking for partnerships. And I remember participating in the previous workshops, and we were able to network and see what all the organizations are doing really great work. So we are always, you know, looking for partners that want to work with us and promote inclusion. So please connect with us. Let us know what your projects are and let us know how we can help you.
Fantastic. Thank you again.
Well, thank you.